It's recording. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a Conquest of Purgatory, Session 7. We're missing Boo this time. Projects due. So, let's do a little recap, I suppose. Last
Oh,
session.
pizza time.
God damn it, go enjoy your pizza. So last session, we basically, you guys defeated the Steam Elementals and, well, decided to go further down where you guys encountered this big ass city. And well, did a bit of looking around, found out that seems that the locals only speak in Celestial. Seems that there's a bit of prejudice against tieflings or anything demonic slash devilish. And from what I remember, you guys were heading towards the main temple area to sort of see both the area and the like a notice board, since like the town hall was supposed to be there nearby. So,
And the church.
Um, most likely it would be most likely next to it or closest, but India, no matter what, you guys make your way through the city. Navigating it is a challenge, as you're going to have to sometimes find random ferrymen to like sort of just cross the street basically here due to all the canals. Though there are bridges here and there that you guys can use. Though the one thing that does make it a bit easier to traverse this place is due to the size of the whole temple in the middle. All you have to do is just get a view, see where it is close, and you can sort of orientate yourself pretty well. Though obviously Avi can help in this case as well, just by literally flying up and then coming down again. No problem there. But as you guys get closer and closer, you guys get alarmed by what seems to be a familiar, well, not quite familiar sound, but a familiar feeling, as in the city of Altum, where a massive bell, like gong almost, just sort of echoes and radiates around the entire city, just going doom, doom, doom. Um, and you sort of look around, trying to, gather. It seems to be coming from the temple area, and you see a lot of the people is just sort of, I don't really stop doing what they're doing, but it seems that a lot of people, like a lot of the furbolgs around, start making their way towards the temple, just sort of casually, like, oh, something's happened, let's go. You continue forward, presumably, trying to follow, sort of using the crowd to follow along. And yeah, you eventually get to this temple, and I'm not gonna sweat it since I already explained that this looks like fucking like an Aztec city. Basically, this would be Mayan technically, but hey, who the hell cares? Mesoamerican. Let's go with that. The sort of temple looks like a Mayan pyramid, right? It's large. It's sort of pyramidy, literally. Though it does seem to have various layers and almost like keeps, almost like a mixture between like having like castle elements with like various like wallings and like a little bit of a tower things, but the main element itself is there, and it seems to be elevated onto like a massive plateau as well. All in all, this is a massive building, though not nearly as massive as a tower in Altum. So there is a massive crowd that is like sort of trying to find spots and find a its way around the street, trying to huddle around, sort of all gleaming towards the temple. But what would you guys like to do specifically, as you are sort of in this area now?
Okay, so
Mhm. Can we just
stay.
can we just ask around where the town hall is? I wouldn't like to mingle between these furbolgs. I don't know. I don't know if they would like that because we're outsiders.
What you mean outsider? You got one. You got one of you. I'm kidding.
Sure.
I'm kidding. Um, yeah, we can do what Adi says, so we can just like ask people around.
Yeah, not a problem. You approach some people, and they give you a general direction. It is relatively nearby. But they seem to sort of you know, give it like as a quick explanation, just be like, go there, there, there. But due to the amount of people, it's easy to find your way over there. Um, the it takes maybe like, due to the crowd and stuff and pushing through, maybe like 15ish minutes. You're just trying to properly get through and excuse me, please, excuse me. But eventually you do arrive, and the building is it's sizable. It's like has like two floors on it, and it seems to be mostly long rather than just big ass building. Um, and it does seem to have a little bit of aspects looking like the temple, but you kind of can see it and then look towards the temple, and like the difference is vast. But even so, you are there. What do you guys want to do at the town hall?
I wanna ask about the crystal and like how to continue our path, basically, without going back. Is
Okay,
that okay?
so
So can I turn to Zaman and to Gilder, and I can be like, "Do you guys want me to ask specifically about our next destination and the crystal? Because very fluent in the language."
I mean, sure, but also ask where the notice board is so we can
Okay.
check if there's some quests here.
Okay. So notice board, crystal. Okay. Anything else? Okay, because
No, everything else seems fine.
okay. Let's see what's up. And with that, I approach an official
yeah.
within the town hall, and I slowly approach and I introduce myself. Good day, my name is Chris,
Good day. Uh,
and
Yeah, no, no, you go, you go. I just wanted to give like a quick appearance. Just like an older furball. You can see like, a long ass beard, but he seems to be sort of working on something as you approach. But gladly responds to you. Good day.
I'm sorry to bother you. I'm actually my first time here, if you would believe me. I'm actually looking for, well, a few things. I'm looking for a notice board for quests, adventures and all that, and most importantly, we're actually looking for a crystal that would actually take us on a path.
Uh, all right. One at a time. First and foremost, welcome. We do have travelers coming about, but it's always nice to see a friendly face and a new face, of course. In terms of the notice board, yes. Um, can't quite comment on if anybody has put any quests, but just go into that room over there. There's going to be a reception as well, just for note. But mostly people put it for various reasons. Though I hope you find what you're looking for there. Um,
Okay.
but I wish to ask about this. I didn't quite understand it. Um, Continuing your journey and a crystal, could you go into a bit more specifics? I didn't quite
We,
understand.
my group of adventurers and I actually we came here through the crystal on the port near the. Is it a river or a sea or whatever? What is it, Anemone?
It's like an in cave lake.
Next to the cave, like body, like to the lake, like body of water. Shut up, buddy. like body of water. So I guess we're searching for something similar to continue our path. How does
Uh,
one exit the city?
I mean, the most often way people go out is by boat.
Okay.
You're at the port. I mean, there's other ways around. Stairs leading outside as well, though those tend to be a bit more, well, at least for somebody in my age, a bit more tedious. Um, I would, if you wish to exit the city, I mean, the same way you enter the city. But in terms of crystals, perhaps a jeweler would work. There's various jewelers around in the city. They could be of assistance if that
How
is what
about
is required.
miners?
Um, Mining activities here have died down due to, well, the amount of water that we've now have in the city, but so it's not really a thing anymore.
Have you always had this much water in the city?
We had to improvise. That's a history in its own right. Children's tales.
How can I get informed about these things?
About the history of this place.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I have a friend who really likes books and history.
well, as part of the temple, there is a public library that is available to access to all citizens. Though I believe they put a little bit of a price on it. Haven't been there in a while myself, at least. There, I suppose you can find most what you are looking for if you are interested in our grand city.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information. I shall relay it back to my colleagues.
If you have any
Do
more
you have
questions,
any advice or anything we should know? Something on the down low?
I'm not sure exactly what you are insinuating, but seeing that you are new here, I would recommend visiting some of the local inns and taverns here. I will say uh, some of the food might interest you.
Okay, thank you very much.
If you require anything else, I will be, of course, here.
Thank you, thank you.
Have a good day.
And with that, I say farewell and I return to my comrades. And as I approach them, I'm like, okay, Zamaan, I have amazing news. There's a library with books for you in the temple. Kind of pricey, but we can always work around that.
What do you mean pricey?
I don't know, the old dude said that, but we can always work around that. If anything, Avi can help.
I mean, here's the thing I wanted to talk about with you guys.
Okay, what is it?
Uh, there's one spell in my spell book that I'm really interested to try out, but I haven't been able to do that because I need a gemstone. And a bit of an expensive gemstone, so I've been saving up for that. But yeah, we aren't really earning that much money, are we? So
Well, I have wonderful news. So, whoever I ask here about the crystal or just exiting out, they're all looking at me like a fucking madman. But they did say like ways to exit a city, boat and like 2 stairs. Weird. There's a notice. They don't have a normal notice board that we're used to, but they have like a registry that like I guess people like tell quests or stuff, so we can check that out. And there's a jeweler in town who might help us out with the crystal.
yeah, yeah, but the thing is, I need a crystal that's worth at least 50 gold pieces.
Oh, that's completely fine.
And
Right,
I have.
Abby, we got this, right?
I mean, we could look for the quests also, but if the library is pricey, we don't have to visit it, even though it would be a shame not to find out about the history of this place, because it's the first time we've seen a lively place, a town in this dungeon.
Not gonna lie, I've never been more surrounded with people of my kind, so I'm kind of interested in this. We can figure something out. If we have, Avi, you're also a street kid, I guess. If we have managed to survive this long, what's stopping us from reading a few books, right?
All right.
Well, we can start by visiting the registry, you said, the notice board thing, because it's close by.
Okay.
All right. Uh,
Gilder, what about you?
Um, I'm fine either way. It's not like we have much of an agenda here already.
True.
all right then. So you make your way towards the notice board that's inside the town hall, and well, it's
It's a registry.
there's like a reception similar to as in the city of Altum. Basically, as the Adventurers Guild, there's a reception, there's a notice board, but relatively speaking, it is a much smaller room. And the notice board itself is also, how should I say this, a lot less smaller in the same way. It seems to be mostly wooden and people just putting some notes on it, and there seems to be like a singular person working at the reception. Um, and looking over through the notice board, you don't really find anything that you were quite thinking of, like quests and adventures and things. It seems to mostly be normal notices of possible events, of possible, individuals looking for something. You obviously have your missing cat slash missing pet sort of deal notice. It seems to be much more, how should I say this, civilian notices rather than anything adventure like.
Is there a wanted poster, maybe?
Wanted poster, not here.
Oh.
What about a magic mushroom quest?
No. Also, do you actually still have those magic mushrooms? Did you guys eat them all?
I think we ate them all.
Yeah.
Let me see the party handout. Yeah, no,
We
nothing's
don't have it in the party
Yeah.
handout.
Okay then.
Well, this is greatly disappointing. The
Yeah.
translate, as you can see, no wanted posters, no nothing. The best task here is to save a cat. And like, you're kind of allergic, right?
Yeah. That would be a bit hard for me. I wouldn't want to bring a person their pet burnt to crisp.
It's like a nice roast. You're eating fine tonight.
Well, we can check out the library if you want to, or the temple in general. We haven't even entered it yet. Even
Yeah,
though
the
I don't
library
like,
is in the temple.
yeah, even though I don't like crowded places or whatever.
It's fine. Everyone's gonna run away from us anyway.
True.
There's quite a distance when they see us. We're not their cup of tea as much as I can see.
I hope we won't get any trouble because of that.
Okay, and with that, what the fuck was that?
What was that?
That was
that a football player?
someone in another room.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Okay. And with that, we head to the temple, and we like push through some crowds of people, but people are generally like moving away from us because people are very racist.
Yeah. Okay. As you do push through, you actually do get a glimpse, sort of, since there is like sort of a flat lens almost to the sea, and you can see like what's the people are sort of gathered around. You can actually see a bunch of fountains actually as part of the temple, and people lining up with a bunch of babies basically, standing in line, and you see them actually in the best way, basically baptize their children under these fountains. Somebody, if you might, actually no, this would happen anyways. As you sort of push through and get this view, but it takes a while to get through. You do hear a loud shout coming from the temple. That you and Celestials, those who speak Celestial, would understand, and basically you guys can see from a distance a priest holding one of the Furbolg babies up high, and screaming in Celestial, "Behold, a new one!" And you can see that, unlike some of the babies that you can sort of garner from, this one has a halo around. And when that happens, about 5 seconds, before while the echo comes in, a bunch of people of the Furbolgs start cheering around, and it becomes even harder to go through the crowd.
Dumb question, Demmy. Who actually gets who in the system actually gets halos that we know about?
In the city?
Well, like generally speaking,
like Pathfinder, like D&D.
Yeah, like well, what we know about as like our characters.
Give me just a general religion check. For I will say that for Arcane, this is kind of like automatic for you, Arcane. You would know that mostly Aasimars have a tendency, like, well, one as such as yourself, and like you've been taught about this before. But you, Gildurk, um, blessed. You generally, Gildurk. I mean, you know that halos are, sort of the idea of divine. So somebody who has it probably has some form of divinity inside of them. Perhaps you're not quite sure, um, like how it fully works out, but you can at least make the assumption that, haha, Halo means divine.
Arcane, do you know anything about these babies?
Do I know anything then?
I mean, why did the priest
Oh.
lift it up in the air like that? Why is he different from the other ones?
He's saying, "Behold another," and as you can see, it has the halo. Generally, Aasimars, blessed celestial creatures have them. I have no idea why. Does the fur ball thingy normally have a halo? Like, I don't. Yeah, I'm asking you, DM,
Okay.
outside game. This is outside game.
Technically speaking, it can happen technically to anybody. Though, sort of like from what you can garner, since they are on the more of a rarer side, similar to tieflings, as you would know, they're not quite overly common. But they tend to be on more normal humanoid. Like you see, like obviously you have yourself, who is, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're much more on the normal human aspect, but just Aasimar, right?
I'm a fallen Aasimar, so there's nothing holy.
No. Like the base race, let's call it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously there could be elves and stuff, but mostly you know, it can technically happen to anybody. But from what you can see here, from the amount of people, there's a lot of people with halos. Like specifically speaking, the priests are definitely one of them. The babies that has one you saw, and because this is kind of always a thing, there are guards as well that seem to be around the temple. They also seem to have halos. So the halo percentage here, if you want to call it as that, quite large here.
Okay.
So they're like a multi-tiered society here. Like only if you're Halo, you're truly you're truly worth something in these parts.
Mm. You're a higher class based on your halo.
Seems like it, at least. All right.
Well, shall we try and find this library you said?
Let's continue. They're baptizing the children, but it seems like I've never seen so many halos in my life. It's really weird. Let's continue to the temple. We really should investigate this. I'm interested as well.
Okay. Obviously, going to the crowd, asking a bit around, you are able to find your way to the library, which is almost of a similar aspect to the town hall. You're starting to get like the idea that there might be a pattern of these much more slightly official buildings around this temple and sort of like how they're made or how they're done. Um, but there's a sign with a book in front for those who might be illiterate. And it generally looks almost as similar to the town hall as well. And yeah, you can go in, and the first thing that you guys see is, well, a bunch of fucking books. There is a reception obviously at the start, but past that, like in the inside of this place, it is a library for sure.
Is it like Belle from Beauty and the Beast library?
Just don't actually know how that one looks like. But just generally think normal, like a two story library that with shelves, ladders, books.
Okay.
I think
Dust.
Yeah.
A lot of dust.
There do seem to be people inside here. Seemingly, there are those of much more priestly attire here, similar to the priest that you've seen, that seem to be staff here. And they do seem to have halos as well. And there seem to be like sort of, some people are leading books, some people are collecting books, some people's working at reception, and there are other people that are looking around, perusing books with supervision as well. But it's not overly crowded in here. There's maybe like, from what you can garner from just the entrance, maybe like 2 people that you see that are currently like in the process of looking at books and stuff. There seems to be much more staff than anything else.
So people here also don't read much. Makes sense. Wow.
Well, didn't you say there was like a price to enter? Could you ask around so we don't break any rules?
Yeah, okay. Let's and with that I head to the reception. I'm like, okay, come guys, let's check this out. Especially you go there, Mr. Rules and everything.
Thank you.
And we come to the reception. We enter. I'm like, good day. My name is Chris, and these are my companions. We would like to know the procedure here. Can we check out a book? Can we read it here? We would like to get more informed.
And there's
Educated, as they say.
there's like a female furbolg, more of a younger one working there, sort of perks up as somebody comes up. It's like, yes, we could of course take you in. The procedure is quite simple. Are you new to the city?
Yes.
Okay. To peruse books, there is, of course, the entire library to your disposal. The entrance fee and to look at any book as long as you want is a single silver piece that goes to the temple. Think of it as a donation. And well, the only thing is you cannot take the books out. They must be read here in the library. But you will also be supervised by one of the staff overlooking. We've of course have had incidents where people have tried to take books or do things to the books, so we'd like to avoid that.
Wait, out of character question.
Hmm.
How many staffers are here?
Right now, give me a perception check, just to like see if you can get like an accurate number from your view.
I mean, sure. What fucking perception again? Perception.
Uh-huh.
Damn, there we go.
Okay. Even so, this is like looking. So obviously, there's the one at the reception. That's one staff. You see, from the 2 people that are also reading, there's 2 looking over them. Looking up a bit, you do see like 2 others, and that's all you can see garner. So like 5 that you can see right now.
What the fuck?
Why are there 5? Okay, can we just say I translate to Zamaan like everything she said? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do that. Just
Do I have to repeat, or do I
you
do I
don't.
have
You don't have to repeat.
translation?
Well, I mean, 1 silver piece isn't that much. We can't pay that.
Yeah.
If there's some valuable information there. Could you ask if there is some books about the history of this place? And maybe about crystals in general, also.
Ah, you're one of them Tumblr girls. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I come up to the female verbal and I'm like, okay, thank you. Can I give her a silver piece?
Yeah.
I want to be honest, we're too poor.
You take the silver piece. She just notifies. Unless you are all working as a group, if you are going to be perusing more books, more staff will be required. So we would only ask for an additional silver piece. But generally speaking, if you are all together working, and only 1 staff is available, 1 silver piece is enough.
We are a group, if that's okay.
Of course.
Just because language barriers, if you understand me.
Of course, of course.
Oh, and we would really like to learn about the history of this wonderful place. And possibly my colleague's really interested in crystals.
In terms of the history, we of course have an entire section about that, both from the foundation to, well, today, previous rulers. And in terms of crystals, I do believe we have a little bit of a section somewhere on some of the properties that various crystals can have, which may or may not interest you. We have various works, of course. Um, but simply ask the staff, and well, you might find what you're looking for.
Do you have any books in common? Like in the common language?
I have not heard of that language before.
Okay. Do you have any books in any other languages besides Celestial?
Of course.
Don't have common.
I believe there should be some books, though I believe we keep them on a different section purely because most others do not speak them. I do believe there's Elvish. There should be Dwarvish as well. Depends on the author and from where we could find the book. But generally speaking, they exist. Primarily is in, well, Divine speak.
I do want to ask, do you have any books in the Disgusting Devil language?
No, of course not.
Okay, I'm just checking. I like to make sure of these things, if you understand me, you know, principles and everything.
Understood. But give me but one moment. And she's going to turn around and sort of whistle, literally, to some of the employees that are up, and sort of, just not really gang signs, just sort of like realizing, nodding, and it's like, okay, yeah, procedure. And
But before we go, I want to lean over and whisper, please don't mention anything about devil language around them. I think this is going to reflect badly on us in the long run.
Okay, fine.
What do
I
you
whisper
mean,
back.
devil language?
I understand it. So what's the opposite of an Aasimar?
I mean, they don't understand common, though, do they?
Yeah, but like the word tiefling would be, right?
uh,
Right?
I mean,
Right?
no, like
You
there's
know,
a
like languages?
there is a celestial form word for tiefling. Let's call it
Okay
that.
then. Okay then. Okay then, I shall not ask about any tieflings.
Well, you should. I mean, I mean, you probably can, but you can. But I don't know, like asking random people and like especially talk about the devil's language. Like I don't know.
Oh, you have no idea how fucking racist these people are. You need
Hmm.
to show them you're with them, because if they think you're with the enemy, then that we're gonna have a problem here.
But
Yeah.
Understandable.
the person that was whistled above does come down and sort of, looks to all of you and goes, "Good day. Uh,
Good day.
I shit. I need a name. Quick, give me a name. Um,
Astro.
sure. Let's go with Astro. Fuck it. Random NPC name generated. Let's go. My name is Astro. I will be. I'm the one who is overlooking you for today. Please come in, and what would you like to peruse?
Hey there, Astro. We're searching for books about history, like nicely compact, easy to understand, and most important, and also like crystals.
Uh, all right. History of what specifically?
The city,
All right.
if possible.
Um, all right. Follow me if you would.
Thank you. Okay, guys, let's follow him.
And yeah, he's gonna lead you, and he's gonna lead you to like the section of the history, and you said as compact as possible, correct?
Yes.
All right. Anything specific about the history that I should just before I choose some books for you?
We
Just
have absolutely no idea whatsoever. Please help.
all right. So I'll take it as beginner, and he's gonna
Yes.
take like one book, just like sort of check. Okay, look through. It takes him like maybe 5-10 minutes just to like properly get everything. But he has like 5 books, varying lengths as well, that he sort of has. All right. This might seem like a lot, but it's as compact as it can be. Various things. One's talking about the dynasties. One's talking about the actual foundation. One's talking about the war. Various things. So for whatever fancies you. Of course, if you like something else, you can come and check, and you can choose as well. But for beginners, I would recommend this.
Okay, I take the book. I'm like, you said the war. Can
Yes.
you give me like a crash course 2-sentence overview?
Uh, the Divine War that happened about 250 years ago. Um, Wars against well, the Divine and the Devils. That and our city used to be on the front lines of it. Um, what else to summarize for you? Well, we won.
Clearly.
um, but yes, in terms of the details, I mean, you're going to find it in the book. That this tends to be common knowledge. So I'm trying to think what else you might not know and might fancy you.
Do you have maybe or know if I could find any any resources or lists of um refugees during the war?
Refugees. There might be a book like that. Yes. There has to be one. Follow me, please. And it's gonna just lead to another section and sort of look. This doesn't seem like the section like an exact history. This seems to much more go into
Paperwork.
not quite paperwork. Almost like let's call it a sociology section, basically, almost. And he's gonna
Yes, because sociology is not a real science.
um, and he's going to like sort of look through and sort of go. And he takes like a single book and sort of looks through it, just goes, this one might be what you're looking for. And he's about to put it on you, but sees like you're already carrying like 5 books, and it's like, if one of you would carry this, please.
Okay, thank
I
you.
take it and nod.
And lastly, you talked about mentioned crystals, yes?
Yes.
All right. Once again, follow me. And once again, does another like you basically have to go through like the entire things. Like you go from like almost a historical side and like almost political side to start going towards, I wouldn't say fan fiction, but it's definitely going on a different idea. Uh, and he does see, if I may know, exactly what are you looking for in terms of crystal? Just what kind there are, or are you looking for more magical properties, divine properties?
Give me 1 second. Zamaan, magical divine properties. What are we looking for with these crystals? What crystal do you need?
Probably no. I when I said crystals, I meant the teleportation crystal. That's what I meant. Maybe we can find more information about that. So
Okay, then we need
maybe
magic.
something, yeah, maybe something that has magical properties to teleport or something like that.
And you want a gem, right? What's the gem called?
No, that's any kind of gem. It just needs to be an expensive gem. We don't have to research about that.
Okay,
I know
fine.
what I need. We just need the money.
Okay,
You
fair.
misunderstood.
Okay.
Also, maybe if you could, I don't know if I should ask this. Um, I don't want to waste our time, but maybe ask if there's something about time magic.
Okay, let's go. Um, do you have any books about magical properties of crystals? Or like crystals may be found in the area of the city? by any chance? I know it's a very weird subject, and also like anything about time magic, Arcana.
All right. A
My
moment.
friend is really into books. It's a really big hobby.
I just nod vigorously.
I sympathize.
This
uh,
is your new best buddy.
okay. Once again, looks a bit, takes out 2 books. This is the one for much more going for arcane properties, as you said. And this one is, well, there's a section talking about gems in our area, but you're going to find most gems in here as well. There you go. And lastly, much more about the arcane time magic. Time magic. There might be.
Could you take a
Yes.
few books, please?
What?
Could you take
I
a
mean,
few
I
books?
can.
Sure.
I can hold some more as well.
Oh, right, actually. We don't have anyone taking care of the party handout. Oh, fuck.
I mean, it should be open to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a penis.
Yeah, no, it's been there for a while now. Yes, you're going to have to follow me to the second floor. That's where we keep the arcane there. If you
Oh.
want, you can just leave the books on the table for now. Just follow me.
Okay.
And he's going to lead up, and yeah, you start going into much more of, you go to a magic section, and you, Arcane, I think you do have proficiency in Arcana, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You would actually start seeing, titles of books here and stuff that do work around various spells, various magical theories, arcane theories.
I am educated in this.
Yeah. But you can read in Celestial, and that's like the majority of what there is written. And you do, see various schools and stuff, and basically 101 guide to evocation as an example.
Basics of.
Yeah, think of it like that. But he leads through and goes, there is 2 books that talk about this. Hopefully it is what you're looking for. At least it says on the cover. I have not yet passed these one. But that is what research is all about, of course. Finding out new things. Well, anything else?
Can I just ask, do you possibly have a book from Rickmuck Oxiana by any chance? I don't know if they've written anything, to be honest, besides papers, but
Rickman Axiana. I would have to check with that one. I'll ask a colleague to check in for that one. Doesn't come out the top of my head, but we can look into it.
okay, thank you.
So, will that be it?
That will be it. We'll go to a reading section and be nice and quiet and read. Though I will be translating probably for my colleagues, I will let you know that.
Of course, of course. There doesn't seem to be overly too many people, but just, of course, control your voices. Yeah, and by the way, as mentioned before, he will be supervising you. Like, he won't, like, if you have any additional questions or whatnot, like, he can maybe answer, basically. But generally speaking, he's just there to sort of make sure nothing wrong happens to the books. As you guys literally just read. So,
Okay, Zamaan, so is Gilder or am I reading to you?
So let's go with this first and foremost. So we have crystals, we have time magic, we have the history. Anything else that I missed?
And the refugee book.
Refugees. Okay, yeah. So you guys can double up on this to like get advantage and stuff, and this is obviously going to look at how much you research and how much you can find stuff out. But let's start with one of them. What topic do you want to attack first? Let's call it
History? I think history makes the most sense.
okay. So
Y'all agree?
Yeah, we can just go in order in which we pick the books.
okay. Then somebody, whoever wants to be, I believe Zamaan because he's the reader, but up to you guys. Roll me basically a history with Actually, that is a question since it's going to take time. Does anybody want to help him with that, or do you want to go onto another topic yourself?
The thing is, he doesn't know the language and everything is
Yeah.
celestial, so I would have to kind
Help.
of one of us needs to like read and translate for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that would be two people, at least on history. Gildurk. Avi does technically exist, though his player isn't here. Do you want to go into a topic yourself, or do you want to also just mostly study with them as well, the history? Oh shit, did he say be right back or something? Okay, no.
Sorry, someone came in.
Oh. Zamaan and Arcane are going to be working together since, Arcane has to translate on history. Do you want to go into another topic, or do you want to also, work with or listen to the history and stuff?
Yeah, actually, that's just I'm interested as well.
Okay, then. So, then, since translating and stuff, I mean, it doesn't really matter. One of you decide who wants to lead, and basically roll history with advantage. Or you guys can, or the two of you can choose to choose choose one of you. Like both of you can roll history, or one person gets advantage.
I mean, can I roll history because I
Yeah.
don't know?
Yeah, I mean, even you're being having help being translated, but no
Because I'm
penalties.
proficient in history, maybe that's why I'm thinking.
Yeah, go for it then.
Yeah, with advantage, right?
Yep. So you're going to be the one taking lead here. Okay, a 20.
Oh,
A 20. So,
this man a natural.
basically to give you sort of a rough down history, because I don't think you guys are even that interested in too many details. Basically, the foundation of the city. This place used to be almost all natural. In big ass cave, lake. There's obviously sort of small rivers, and there seem to have been yield times like 1,900 years ago. Refugees as well that were sort of exiled, and they decided this looked like a defensible and hideable place. So they started a village here that eventually expanded, etc., etc. Eventually became a monarchy. Then had a moment of republic. Politics changing, government, whatnot, and all the time this place kept on expanding and stopped hiding and actually became a proper kingdom. And as mentioned, since this does end up being sort of a history of the sort of location, is the whole divine war that I mentioned. So
Why not call it a holy war? Please.
I mean, you can call it a lot of things. I mean, technically speaking, we could call it a jihad, but let's not.
Okay, continue.
About 200, 250 years ago as well, this place was on the front line, and there did seem to be a battle between various gods, divinity, versus, well, basically devils.
Infernal.
Yeah, think just regular celestial versus infernal stuff, right? And the divinity did win after pretty hefty battles here and there, and those evil ones were sealed off, basically. The regular story. But as sort of a gratitude, and in a sense of also being on the front line, and this is where they sort of get their sort of idea from, because this area, this city, Vinola, and its kingdom participated heavily into the fighting, they earned the favor of the divinity, and that is sort of the explanation of why there are the halos and stuff. Basically, the book explains that it is essentially marks, individuals who are marked with divinity and gifted with additional divine powers to sort of, as sort of a thank you for being in the war and stuff. And obviously, as history goes, those people who were gifted, the people who crusaded first and their children and stuff like that, they ended up having a much more of a special position in society. So basically, a hierarchy existed out of that. And well, nowadays, this place tends, in terms of like religion, even though there are multiple gods, there is a pantheon. This place seems to be almost all encompassing when it comes to the divinity. It's almost like a weird there's various priests and like that are like dedicated to a specific god, but the entire temple and technically the entire place here is like, yeah, no, all gods go, right? They're all divine. We love all of them.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, you don't have to be nutted in to get divine blood. There's magic for this stuff. Divine magic.
I'm pretty sure you're making that up.
Ah, God damn it, somebody called me on Viber. I have to fucking turn it off. But yeah, that's in the most shortest of summaries, like without any details.
Did we like find out who the ruling dynasties are?
Yeah, it's similar to the kingdom name, the Divinor Kingdom. It is the Divinor dynasty, which is finds its roots and hails from obviously the first fighters, the first paladins of the divinity in the war. And looking through it from what you can garner as a outsider look, out of everybody, this royal family is seen almost as the closest to the divinity itself. Like that's how consecrated their blood is in a way that they almost are viewed as demigod. As I think I mentioned this before, basically they have almost like a mandate of heaven effect. The royal family, like the kings, the princes, blah blah, they are all viewed as the closest to God and should be respected as gods in a way themselves.
Okay. Nice.
All right. This is what a 20 I'd say, and this being kind of general information, you can kind of like garner stuff. It wouldn't take too much time. This maybe takes like going through like 5 books and somewhat like that. I'd say like an hour and a half maybe of like everybody reading and stuff like that.
2 people reading.
Oh, Gildurk wanted to join in, and I'll say Avi as well. Sort of gets with Gildurk. So like everybody focused on this, and like you passed a lot of the books.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, 3 topics left. So I think the refugees was the next one. If we're going by order.
I would like to check this. More specifically, I want to check for a name in the files.
Because we didn't hear about this. What's this book about? Arcane.
This is like a document about refugees from the Holy War, from the Jihad, from the Holy War. And I'm interested, could I find anything about my grandparents or mother or similar?
Oh, fair enough.
Because would explain why my family ended up. What's the place that we're from at called, Denim?
Like the town, Altum?
Yeah, Altum. Okay.
Right.
How we ended up in Altum.
Since you're looking, I would require you to lead this one then, if you would. So roll me a history check, though I would say that you still have advantage on this since people are in it. While they're doing that, Gildrick, do you want to hit a different topic or still going with this?
Actually, I would like to know.
Hey, 13, not bad.
Is there like anything about like the wider world? Like what do they know about anything beyond their city?
You don't have that topic right now, but you can ask for. And
yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna ask in general, like if there's like some I don't know, dummy guide or something.
Yeah, of course. Another staff comes about, can lead you as well, and basically you go to a not really history section. It's much more now a geography section. Let's call it like that. And he gives you like 2 books and says that would you require a map as well, or are the books sufficient?
A map would be fine. Would it be possible to get a copy of the map as in a sale?
We could do that. Yes. I would have to check exactly. I'm not working at the reception currently, but we could definitely get you a copy of the map. We have plenty.
Yeah, that would be good.
Since it is, to be fair, basically a almost like a world map and stuff, I will say that this is about, let's go 2 gold pieces. I mean, they have plenty, but it's, there still requires finemanship, let's call it like that.
Okay.
Some expensive bitches, I see.
Oh yeah. What did I call this? This thing, like this the world essentially, like this probably the title, right?
Definitely
Didn't you
is.
say something like Venice?
No. The city itself is called Vinola, but didn't actually kind of think of a world name specifically that grand, since I kind of focused on the city here. Um, I'll give one to you later. Then I'll go in a bit detailed for that.
Yeah. Also, a city map would also be cool.
Yeah, that definitely does exist. This one though is a lot less refined,
Expensive.
a little less expensive, because this is like one of the various, like, because they know their tourists do come around because this is a big ass city. So there's definitely a tourist version, let's call it like that. I'll say this one is like a silver piece.
Then question, a gold, is it like in Pathfinder in terms of like value?
Yeah. 10 10 silver pieces is one gold. Adi, what the hell is happening?
Adi?
It's static as hell.
Are you swimming?
Oh, he moved the microphone like a millimeter, and it's fucked. Ah, okay. Though I don't hear him right now. Can you talk, actually? Yeah, no sound.
No sound.
Sorry, Redomer, could you... Redomer, do you mind repeating the question?
I have no clue what I asked.
Shit.
The name of the
Yeah,
world,
the world, the city map.
country.
Oh, right.
Oh,
right,
right.
right.
Money.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was asked before. Like, what was in? What do they call their world? Like, they probably don't say it's a world map, right?
Yeah, no. As I said, didn't think that much yet. I'll give you details later, then after a session. But generally, Adi, please
Adi, for God's sake, man.
fix your shit. But yeah, in terms of like gold, it is the same. So 10 silver pieces is 1 gold, 10 gold is 1 platinum, 100 copper pieces is 1 gold, that sort of deal. So it's 1 to 10.
Okay.
So basically the same as Pathfinder.
Is it fine now?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Thank God.
Good job.
Good job.
But yeah, as I said, the tourist map is a lot more localized, a lot more simpler to make as well, and it's meant for tourists. So this one's like silver piece.
Yeah. I do have like a professional one as well.
A professional one, I'd say, would then go for like a gold.
All right.
This man really said I will spend money today.
Can you update the party handout then? Because we didn't even update it for the 1 silver piece we used.
I actually paid. I actually paid like this shit out of my own pocket.
Ah.
I mean, at least the 1 silver piece we paid for the
I
entrance.
thought I paid that from the pocket.
Okay, yeah, it's not a problem then. You can divvy up.
Okay. Then.
Like, we can talk about that later. Like, if everyone wants to have like individual money or like just group at all. But either or. Yeah, you're able to get then. Do you want the tourist one as well with the professional? Or do you want just the professional one?
Yeah, both.
Okay, yeah. Then so a gold and a silver piece and 2 gold for the world map. Like if you want copies, they're gonna take some time just to properly get them all. But going back to the topics. So you, Gildurk, can roll me for the world map. I believe this would be history, fall under history as well, and you can roll with advantage.
No, neat. Let's see. See my luck fail me.
Okay, a 14. Okay, so let's go first with the 13 for refugees and stuff. So just asking again, what are you exactly looking for? Like the name of like your grandmother or mother or whatever?
Yeah.
You look through a lot of the documents. There's somebody did decide to actually, look at numbers. And there's like a list of like names and stuff, but like you did a little bit of counting and it doesn't seem like everything's quite right there. Probably not the most accurate of counts. It's probably much more of a rough guideline as much as possible. I mean, there was an entire divine war happening in the first place, so maybe because of that, who knows. But in generally speaking, you do see that a lot of the refugees do seem to be, of course, from this city. So there are those who did leave and those who did fight. There's also refugee counts from like other cities as well. But in generally, sort of looking like anything correlation to you don't really find anything. No mention of anything like Oxiana or Caress or anything of that side. You can even look at, for example, Rickmans and stuff. You do see obviously like last names and things that might be somewhat similar, but not the exact wording. But generally speaking, nothing that you sort of find.
Nothing that sticks out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Well, I can see here the document varies a lot. I'm gonna guess that, kind of hard to keep records of people during a war. But sadly, I don't see anything that could be related to my own family.
So you say your family is up in Altum, but you think they might have originated from here, right?
Yeah, my mother was in Altum. I met her pretty late in life, though, to be fair.
Why
I was
don't you
mostly alone.
why don't you check if there are any books about lineage?
That's actually really good. You are a wise man, a very wise man. I love this.
Because if they live here, there might be some information about the lineage, or maybe there's someone that married and be not directly related to you, but maybe by one parent or by one grandparent or something. So like a family tree or something.
It's actually really good. I've never looked at a family heritage. Could you help me out with that? If they have
Sure,
like trees and stuff. I've never seen
sure,
anything
sure.
like that before. Okay.
I've seen some before, so I could be of help.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find. Just let me actually go to Gildurk first. So you decide to sort of look around you look at the map, you look at the place, and it doesn't take overly much genius. It's just much more trying to like get all the information right. Uh, One thing does stand out first and foremost, to you, Gildurk, and hell, even Avi, because you don't really need you know, to be exactly literate to know how just see a map and see, haha, you hear this over here. Um, the place you are is, I mean, is still large, and the kingdom borders are large, but it's only a small part of the world, and this place is already big. You have this feeling that you glance that the world that is here is a lot bigger than Altum and the world up there. First and foremost, that's like a glaring thing. Besides that, there's obvious. I mean, I didn't make this in a fucking map, but it seems to be primarily like a Pangea type of world. It is still big nonetheless. Obviously, mountain ridges, various kingdoms, theocracies, republics, savage lands, a variety of things that you can sort of look and go into. Um, Proper map. No, you're not. Get a fucking proper map.
Why not? We might want to explore everything.
Yourself, Demmy. I'm just saying.
No. I have ways against this.
Against
Remember the spa and us trying to leave the spa.
So let me get this straight. We don't get any loot. We don't get any. we don't even get like a proper house. We get some sort of like a better shack, and now we cannot even go where we want to go.
Guys, I swear we should protest, rebel.
Just a question, a bit out of character.
Yeah.
Is the world like? I mean, this is major information, but is the world like? We're all in the same world, but we're teleporting to different places on the same map.
That's a good question.
He's not gonna tell us.
He can't tell us it's major information, but still, I don't know how to find that out.
I mean, yeah, like, as a thing, I'm like giving out as you go on, and if you can piece things together, congratulations.
Yeah. Can I like glance over to Gildurk and see that it's a map and ask him something about it?
Yeah, of course. Like, just because you're like research doesn't mean you don't, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
look around. Like, you're basically all at a big ass table.
Gildurk, a question. Can you find Altum on that map?
Well, I look.
Nope.
We are not on the map.
Well, and I tell them the theory I just told you out of character, maybe. Maybe our because we're a floating island, maybe that's why we're not on a map. Maybe we were part of this continent, but we somehow separated.
Oh, actually, dumb question, Demmy.
Yeah.
Are there like, is it like a do you know about the whole world, or is it like one of those places where like part of the map is more or less terra incognito?
I would say that they're probably like in the books and stuff. Probably writings that there might be something more, but this is what you can see right now.
Okay. So yeah. Okay.
Continue. Sorry.
Basically, look at ye old medieval concepts. We can't go over there. Why? Because we're gonna fall off the world. The world's flat, guys. We just drop. Or, the most obvious ones. Hey, it's dangerous. And there's a fuck ton of basically water desert. But
Water desert?
yeah, no, the ocean is basically a desert when you think about it.
Demmy, stop talking.
Shut up.
Please.
Can we continue our research on the other?
So just to by the way, just to answer Gilder, because like are you maybe most of anything more of interest for you, or
no, that was still mostly it.
Okay, but yeah, you can, you have the map, you have the the books, glancing, talking about the various places, like general information basically. So now there's still the topics of the crystals, time magic, and now lineage as well, correct?
Hell yeah.
Okay, what do you go for?
I mean, we can continue with lineage because we were on the topic.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say, by the way, another like hour and a half. So you guys have been like researching for like almost reading books and just like sharing information and just talking for like 3 hours approximately now. Like there's information to go through. All right. So who's gonna work on lineage? So I'm presuming Zamaan and Arcane again.
Yes.
Okay, Gildurk, what about you? There's like, do you have anything else new, or do you want to go look about crystal stuff?
I can. I mean, I can probably help if that like increases the odds.
I will say, I mean, yeah, I'll say that it can like lower DC a bit as well, but it's still going to be rolled with advantage. So,
should I roll again?
Talking about lineages and looking. I mean, yeah, you can go for it then. Since this was, unless Arcane wants to take the lead in this case.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I don't know how to read it, like figure out how the lineage system works. That's like I was never taught that.
Okay.
My wisdom is very small. I am just book smart, not street smart.
Ooh.
With advantage. So roll one.
Wait, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So roll just one more time.
Yeah.
Like regularly.
Oh, regularly. Okay.
I mean, because yeah, like it's basically gonna roll twice then. Okay, so 17. Yeah, no. The lineages primarily look at what is kind of common. more noble lineages or people of importance, and people that actually matter, right? So you'll obviously find a lineage for the Divinor Kingdom. You'll find lineages for various merchants. Hell, there's even like a lineage for that's not exactly a lineage. It's much more of a theocratic lineage. It's like, haha, I was pope. Now then, this guy's pope. Then this guy's pope. Stuff like that. But generally speaking, you look through, and you do, focus on most likely, what is it called? Families or lineages that have a bit more of divinity, and you can actually see that most of those do actually come from the Divine War. So it seems like this is when divine lineages sort of became a thing. Um, but you look through and nothing catches your eye. Like there's nothing that pops out that is for you. There's furbolgs. There's even like small descriptions of individuals and stuff like that. Descriptions of like furbolg divine families, stuff like that. But and there are of course like human based lineages that come from like there are still like divine Aasimars and stuff, but the names don't match up. The timing is also weird, um, especially now that you're actually looking at proper like dates and stuff, like lineages and things, and you're trying to bring back or like look back to Altum as well, and like kind of clicks into your mind as well that the dates and the years don't really match up either, or like they're either using different systems or whatnot. Since I would probably say that this world from the Divine War probably has like a new thing, almost like the AD, right? After Divine War, then a new period.
Okay. Well,
Can we just a second, because we didn't find anything about that. Can we check if the Divinor family, who's first in the family? What are their roots?
Like where they came from?
Yes. Also, did they remarry into unpure blood or something like that? Maybe with humans, or God
spice
forbid.
it up, Denim. Spice
God
it up.
forbid something else.
Spice it up.
I would probably say it kind of ends up being quite normal in this case, in the sense that at the beginning, I would say that the first Divinor, was probably a higher individual, like a higher level paladin in a sense like that, or a captain or a commander that was on the front that probably curried and did impressive things. So that's why he was like maybe extra blessed. And from there it kind of just went up like, hey, we have to marry other divine people, blah blah. But I would say that once again, from a third party view, looking around, yeah, there probably comes the whole Egyptian part, and just when you want to keep it divine, you keep it in the family as well at some point in time.
Okay then.
Yeah, like, it starts like a stick, right? Like a branch, but then it's like, why am I seeing a loop happening?
You really Ramses this stuff.
But at least from the descriptions that are given and stuff, there doesn't seem to be any side effects.
Okay, fair.
Just putting that out there.
Okay. Sadly, I guess I am not getting any answers today. But thank you for all your help, Zamaan.
Well, I tried.
This is really appreciated. Thank you. I haven't
No
actually
problem.
seen people of my kind except for my mother before, so this was very interesting. Thank you.
Okay. So let's finish it off with two more topics. Who's touching what? There's the crystals and there's time magic.
Well, I'm interested in time magic myself because I want to know more about myself.
And you need somebody to translate for you.
Yes.
And lastly, who's going to touch on crystals then?
Avi would probably do crystals. He has a jeweler's kit and stuff,
Since that's the case, yeah, I would.
What would you have to roll for crystals?
Honestly, I usually, because it's not really specifically like history and thing, I think just a general investigation check would go well, because there's not like a specific part.
And the time magic's Arcana, right?
Time magic would definitely be Arcana, though I would let Avi roll as well with a jeweler's kit, since it kind of like falls into his category.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, there's obviously pictures and stuff. There still needs to be a little bit of translation, but that would be easy. So if you want, Avi, whoever's helping him, can take over with like a jeweler's kit roll. If any, who just needs one of you Celestials to like teach him. Or
I have
translate.
shit investigation. That's my only issue.
As long as you say that you're translating for him, he's getting advantage to it to roll.
Still gonna be shit, but sure.
Okay, so let's go with that. Let's go with the crystals first. So let me just find Avi and roll for him the Jeweler's kit.
Yeah.
Jeweler's tool. Attribute is, yeah, this would definitely be intelligence based. Book wise. Shit, I need to roll one. I didn't put fucking advantage.
You should never roll ever again. I'm just saying.
Look, the guy has proficiency, doesn't have high end. Takes a bit. Obviously, a lot of pictures, and a lot of it is already redundant information. It does seem like there does seem to be crystals that sort of line up. There's still rubies, there's still sapphires, there's still emeralds, all of that normal stuff. Though the one thing I will say, even with this roll, is there do seem to be some new gems, or at least differently named, but there does seem to be some new ones. And one that seems to maybe strike out the most, that might be the closest you're looking at, is fuck it, I have to think of a random ass gem name. You know what? Fuck it. Improv time. Let's call it Holium.
For fuck's sake, Demmy. For fuck's sake, Demmy. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me.
How would you spell holium, though?
See, that's the question now, isn't it? Look, I can't just do divine everything. I can't just do. I can't just.
Also, I fucked up, by the way, when I was talking about the gem I need. I need a diamond specifically. I fucked up. I was like, you can do any expensive gem. It's actually a diamond.
Oh, that would be a
Your
big.
character finds out right now that he needs a diamond.
Me dumb.
Yeah, I just would have loved that revelation. Ha, I got this 50 gold piece emerald. Tries to use spell. Why doesn't it work?
Yeah. Good thing I remembered before we found anything.
But generally speaking, this crystal seems to be sort of a remnant from the Holy War as well. Divine War, actually. Goddamn Emilia. But basically, it is mostly used for rituals and easily converting water, for example, into holy water. It's just supposed to have divine properties to it. And because of that, it is a bit more sort of on guard, rather. Like, there's almost like implied a monopoly of it from, at least in this city, by the priests.
Oh my god, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Is there any information? Because you said there were pictures. Can I just ask them if there's any kind of crystal that fits the image of the crystals we're using for teleportation?
They'd ask, they'd ask, like, could you describe the crystal? The teleportation one.
Yeah, isn't it like, I don't know which color it is.
Yeah, okay. How at least I imagined it. Probably somewhat transparent. Obviously, sort of radiating white, but there's probably a tinge of yellow to it as well. Just that's why I'm like holium. It just feels radiant. Let's call it like that.
Wait.
Our teleportation crystal is the holium crystal. It looks most similar, right?
It at least looks similar.
Oh. Well, this is gonna be an issue if there's a monopoly on it. Maybe it's guarded as well.
We get to kill off some priests.
Can we ask one of the staff, is there any holium that's like embedded in a wall that nobody has touched or at all?
Like a mine, you know.
No,
like-
like the teleportation crystal from the spa. Nobody has ever touched the crystal. It's
They're,
just been there.
yeah, they're a little bit confused, but try to answer nonetheless. Ein Moment.
Ein Moment. What the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
I'm
That
being
looks so wrong.
no. I'm
Yes.
being
So fucking wrong.
no. I'm being called. You know what?
You're
Just
muted.
You're muted.
yeah. I
No,
muted
no, no.
myself on Discord. Give me like 5 minutes. That's it. Uh, uh,
No, don't.
hello. Yeah, what's up?
Oh.
No, the BRB image. You don't see that on this Discord. I put it on OBS myself. So,
Okay.
it's still a thing. Let me just check if I didn't. Redomer's there. Okay. Yeah, okay, Gucci.
Mute yourself on the phone. I think you're echoing.
It should. No, it shouldn't be.
Pixie is muted. Well, it's
No, it's muted and deafened, actually. Shouldn't be anything
yeah,
there. Oh, I'm echoing through Mia.
Oh.
Difference.
How do I stop this?
Push to talk.
my
that
dick.
nobody likes.
Suck my dick, bro. I'll push you further away. There you go.
Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, basically, in terms of the holding in like mines and stuff, currently like around the city, not really, but shit, like as they will mention themselves that they since they're part of the church, they do tend to hold, well, they tend to have a lot of it. It is available for buying, but how much would be probably the probably the cheapest price would be about, well, similarly, probably 50 gold for like a small amount.
But we were asking about a big piece of holium stuck in a wall somewhere, like a shrine maybe or something.
They don't know anything about that.
Okay then. Shall we continue on then?
So last one is then time magic, correct?
So I should roll for that, right?
Yes, and you're still being assisted, so still roll with advantage.
It's Arcana, not History. That was my bad.
I think the proficiency ends up being the same. So
yes, it's the same. Sorry, I clicked on History.
So don't worry about it. So you take the looks of the time magic. There's one of the books is much more detailed, in the sense that it's much more theoretical, much more based in trying to go with magic theory, let's call it like that, much more on the arcane side. While the other one is a journal that is meant to be almost like a scientific journal. You do some research on it, and it does seem that they were both like, one of them was trying to actually experiment on it, while the other one was trying to do, as I said, magic theory, just trying to give out the idea of if time magic is possible and whatnot. What the one in the theory at least tries to put that it is probably dangerous first and foremost, like that's like at the beginning, most likely dangerous, and then start to go into detail how the problem would be trying to work with the various patterns and stuff. Since magic is kind of like, by his definition, all present, there would have to, in a way, to go back to a specific time, you would also need magic from that time. So he sort of theorizes that the way to do it, in his mind, is you have to first make a spell that goes back in time, grabs that mana from a specific time, pull it back, use it, and then go back. But then he starts going into a bit of a divine theory as well, since there does seem to be a divinity that sort of revolves more around time and stuff. And it's like, might need to be a cleric of him. Permission might be needed. There's various things about it, but he puts it at the end, his sort of conclusion is that it's impractical. The other guy, though, is definitely from the journal, was a lot more reckless, let's call it like that, and tried to do various things. He tried to sort of go with the idea that, and this I think would be much more similar to you, actually, this time around, Zamaan, and how your magic works. The idea that rather than sort of going back in time or just taking magic from a different time, that there's options, right? Like, if he says, I do this, and he does it, a branch, like an option was made, and another option where he didn't do it, basically branching, right? Free will, sort of that part. So, rather than choosing mana, what he's rather doing is using big brain math to change the probability of mana. And he did some experiments, and you see that the book abruptly stops after a specific experiment where, hey, something seemed to have worked for this little rat that I have. Time to see if it works on something bigger.
Oh, no.
And the journal stops.
No.
Can I ask the staff who wrote this?
You know what? Sure, let's think of some random name again. But he's going to know. Yes. I was gonna go with something simple like Gillian, because it's like an elf. I was thinking. But yeah, he's gonna. Just think of something, right? The staff is going to mention. Yes. This is an elf that well, from what I remember from some of his books, became a bit more, well, insane over the years. Uh, Probably became bored since he could live for like 500 years or more. But what you're reading there is, from what we know at least, his last documented work.
Is he still alive?
We don't know.
Okay then. Also, the other book did mention some Divinity of Time. I presume that divinity has its temple here.
Of course, we accept all. Of course, accept all divinity here. You will find a shrine dedicated to them. He is the god of time, the past, the future, the present. Um, and his clerics tend to be, well, those who believe in him really. You haven't heard it from me, but they can be a bit weird.
Oh, can you show us on the map where we can find this temple?
Yeah, they'll take the city map that I think was provided, and you can see when he sort of, you can see that there seems to be what you thought maybe but just part of the temple. It actually seems like there's specific blocks on the temple from like the sides that seem to be like small churches at this big ass temple, sort of lined around it, in almost like a U shape. And he sort of points out, I believe it's this one, this temple right here on the map. Third from the left.
Also, I wanted to ask something else because I forgot. I just remembered now. I don't know if there's any books about it or anything, but is there any information about Genasi race or primordials or something like that?
We do. One moment. And yeah, once again, blah blah. People, staff, you are able to get. Though he will ask. Exactly what are you looking for? Are you looking for history, origins? Are you looking for theories? Are you looking for the basics?
Maybe like history and their presence in this world. Also, this is like auto-translated, right?
Yeah,
Through
yeah,
me or
yeah.
Emilia.
I will count it as such.
Yeah.
Very well. And he'll come back with like 3 books that sort of go about it. By the way, I will note, probably with the last, like you guys have been studying for 5 hours. I will
Yeah.
say that after this one, you guys will be most likely, since you also had some adventuring beforehand, you will be tired. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. We've been here for a long time.
Give me, lastly, since this is much more about Genasi and Primordials, I will say that this one would fall probably much more under Arcane, since they are kind of more magical beings in their own selves. But
So I should roll Arcane.
with advantage still. You have help, you have people, and you have the time.
Does he have the time?
I mean, technically
I'm kidding.
speaking, yes.
I'm kidding.
20. I will say in sort of a shortened, there are various forms. Obviously, you have your, water, fire, earth, and they do exist on this plane. Though, similarly, they aren't, super common or uncommon. They do seem to be more of on a rarer side. I will say that there's probably somewhere in this world as well, like a community of various genasi or just elementals as well, that have their own sort of little town, but they're mostly considered like an independent, almost like a city state sort of deal, and they're like the majority there. But looking through what exists, a lot of it does seem to match up with what you yourself are aware of.
Just what's the how are the how do I say this? What's the relationship? No, how did the Celestials treat my race?
Well, it does seem to have been a bit of a mixed bag, since there were since they decided to join in, some due to funds, some due to contracts them due to really various reasons. Some were on the bad side, some were on the good side. Let's call it like that.
Hmm.
So it's a mixed bag.
So there are no Genasi in this town.
That you are aware of, at least.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna find in a book does specific guy exist.
Yeah. I get it.
I
I
mean-
meant also asking the guy.
Okay. Not from what I'm aware of.
No.
This is a big city. People come and go. You'll probably find somebody.
Fair enough. Thank you.
All right. After that, yeah, let's go with like 6 hours of basically studied. You guys, your brains start hurting.
If only I studied for 6 hours.
Like the thing is, like you have to read, you have to go through, and it's cursed. And obviously, the translation work doesn't help either because you have to. What does this word say?
One reads out loud. You know, like
Yeah.
stories for children.
Yeah. But generally speaking, you guys are at this point tired, and the place seems to be primarily empty. Besides, staff, you don't really see anybody else at this point, and you do notice after finally, getting up and sort of stretching, that the outside does seem to be darker. It seemed that you didn't notice too much of it since there is lighting inside here, but from what you can garner, like the natural sunlight that seemed to have been coming through the entrance and things is like dying down. I would say that it's probably getting about, I think dusk is the proper term if the sun is going down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dawn is when it's coming up. So yeah, it's getting late as well.
So no time to visit the Temple of Time. Sad.
I mean, technically speaking, you could. Nothing's really stopping you
Except
time.
tired.
I'm tired and
I hate
probably
you.
maybe I shouldn't visit them at nighttime.
Good observation. Good observation.
Yes. Should we find a place to rest for the night, maybe? Like a tavern or
Really
something.
should. That's smart.
I mean, an inn, not a tavern.
They did say they have nice taverns, though.
I
Alright.
mean, 'cause looking at our financial situation, we'll probably not look for nice taverns, but rather ones that are affordable.
Yeah, that's true. We could maybe ask around. There's still staff here.
Okay.
You can.
Question: can we ask at the registry for them to like recommend us like a tavern or somewhere to stay?
Yeah, of course you can ask. They'll first, obviously, question is going to be, how fancy are you looking for?
Not at all.
All right.
Possibly just clean. That would be nice. Low standards.
I would recommend then. I went there when my friends once. The stone mug.
The stone mug.
I
Can you show it on the map like that my friend has, like on the city map? Can you like?
yeah, yeah. This kind of in won't should be shown on the map definitely. But 1 second, and she's gonna sort of point trace with her finger and it's like trying to calculate. Right, and she shows you, the place, and it does go way further from the temple. Obviously, it's more towards the, not in the slums areas, but it's going towards there. But she does track a sort of with her finger, sort of where you're supposed to go. Yes, I believe if you're not looking for something too fancy but clean, they're I believe they'll be sufficient for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
If you're looking for anything fancy, of course, just look at the map. They're going to be on the map 100%.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Thank you for, of course, taking your time to become more educated. Well, I was able to look and see that you guys spent quite a long time actually studying. We don't get those many people, at least not priests, like that around here. So
Also, just a second, didn't like Arcane ask if there were any books written by?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me. It's been a while. I will. Somebody will report back. But the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know that writer.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for all your help, and we'll maybe even see each other soon.
Please come again.
Thank you for all your help,
I
and give
wave.
our thanks to Astro.
Yep. He's going. Yeah. He's been like obviously keeping a look on you, but he's been also probably reading something on the side as you guys were going about. But he's going to bow politely as well as you guys leave.
Okay, boys, we're going to the what was it called? Stone. What's the
Mug.
Stone mug.
Okay, guys, so there's a place. It's not fancy at all, but it's clean, and it's called the Stone Mug.
Sounds fantastic.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Takes a bit of walk. By the way, the crowd that obviously was there 6 hours ago is no longer there. But as you are seeing that dusk is approaching, the place does seem to be still well lit. The temple is in itself radiating, both with fire and most likely like little like light stones. You do see people starting about like guards and stuff that are going. Well, not actually guards, probably people who are paid to do that. I think torchbearers or whatever they're called, that are going about and actually lighting the streets and go. But relatively, even though it's night, with obviously the occasional alley, the main roads and stuff are well lit, or being in the process of being well lit. But you make your way over to the stone mug, and well, maybe as appropriate to the name and whatnot, the place is made out of stone, and it seems to be a two-story building, mostly mostly wide and going about, but almost like a little bit of what seems to be a balcony that is also used for like eating and dining as well. Um, and there does seem to be some commotion coming from the inside as well, indicating that there's people here. Entering in, it's when you enter, it's basically half full or half empty, however you want to go. Not overly crowded, but there's definitely people that are, getting some dinner, drinking. There seems to be a waitress that is going about, an actual bartender who's, cleaning, sipping in ales and stuff. And quite appropriate to the name, you do see that all the mugs do seem to be made out of, well, stone. But they do seem to be, not proper like stone. It seems to be like well chiseled and
Ceramic.
no. It's smooth out so that it's actually enjoyable, not just haha I drink from rock.
Haha, I drink from rock. Sorry.
But you guys are in this inn slash tavern sort of deal.
Okay, can we ask for some rooms, maybe?
Of course, you probably would approach the bartender and
Yeah.
you see that it's still a furbog, no halo. Most of the people here actually I think nobody here would actually have a halo, compared to
Thank
what you're
God.
seeing. But he does seem to be a much more of an older furbolg, and you can see actually that one of the eyes is like pure white and like one-eyed. He is sort of sees four strangers coming in and just goes, sort of leans over the counter and sort of looks at all of you, sort of.
Ew.
Hello. No. He just wiped, didn't actually just wipe.
Okay then.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Can I help you?
We're looking for a place to stay.
You've come to the right place then. Welcome to the Stone Mug.
Thank you. We would require 4 rooms or 1 room. Guys, what's our sleeping arrangement? Like in common, asking the boys.
Look,
Probably like I would advocate for like one room and using a bunch of sleeping bags.
Okay, give us your cheapest option that can accommodate the 4 of us. Preferably without sharing, like, snuggling in bed, but we can do that too.
I have no issue with that.
All right. So, we have to accommodate 4 people in one room.
Also a bird. I don't know if that's important.
There'll be 2 beds available. So that's going to be about 2 silver pieces per night. This includes, well, actually, we've come to on the right time. This includes dinner, and it also includes breakfast. Dinner will be in. He's gonna go back and yell, "When's dinner ready?" And you're gonna 15 minutes. About 15 minutes. So we're actually quite on time.
So 2 beds in the room.
Yep.
Okay.
And
I relay this information to the boys. Translation-wise.
I mean, look, I'm sharing bed with Avi.
Okay, Gilder, it's you and me. Hope you like snuggling. Let's go.
yeah, two silver
Let's go.
pieces. He is also going to mention. Also, if you want breakfast, you're going to have to wake up a bit early. We do stop making breakfast after about 9. So just trying to wake up before then.
What kind of fancy hotel breakfast have you gotten, like, at 9? It's from like 6 a.m. Okay, fine.
I mean, it's mostly on demand stuff. Like they
Okay,
don't
fair.
like prep everything besides, like if what I know, like obviously have gotovajalla, you know, your stews and stuff that last, but other things you sort of made on demand.
Okay.
I mean, this is an inn, not a hotel, but okay.
Shh.
I mean, they still have to eat. So, he's gonna take the key. Follow me then. And he's gonna sort of just, you know, sort of make eye contact with the waitress, sort of just nod that he's gonna go, you know, do something, and leads you up. Sort of unlocks the door and presents to you guys. And yeah, this is a it's I would say a medium-sized room. It has, you know, has bed.
I'm
Yeah. There's 2 beds, though they are meant for 1 people. Obviously, you can scooch, but 2 beds meant for 2 people. There is a obligatory window. Seems to almost be like a stone desk of some sort, and like a small little wardrobe of some sort. Nothing too fancy, but you know, you look around, and though it is stone and stuff, there doesn't seem to be, you know, an abundance of dust and things. It seems like this is like just an entirely normal room. So, here's your room. Here's the key. Hope you would you like something to drink before to get your appetite ready for dinner?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. We're just gonna come down for dinner. If that's
Yeah.
okay.
All right then. Well, rest up, be comfortable. Once again, welcome to the Stone Mark. See you for dinner.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, he's just going to leave and go downstairs. The room is yours.
Thank you, Demmy.
Not permanently. God,
Oh no.
God, if Boo was here right now, he'd do something permanently.
Yeah. He would like this place. Let's just send it to that.
God damn it. So, anything you guys would like to do, or just
Get
take dinner and rest
food.
up?
Get food.
Yeah.
And rest up.
Yeah.
Okay. Food is mostly hearty and mostly simple. Though, well, depends what you say by simple, but they do seem to have like a fish stew ready. And it does seem to be primarily a fish and vegetable kind of place.
My type of place.
Um, But obviously, depending on taste and stuff, you guys do have the availability of actual meat. Think like
Beef.
yeah, think something like their chicken or anything of the sorts. But it's mostly hardy, and it's well after 6 hours of studying, yeah, it hits the spot. You need that energy. You need that protein for more brain power.
What brain?
Good question.
Can we maybe also? I mean, we're still eating, right?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a
Maybe.
while.
Yeah, maybe after I finish, just go up to Gildurk and ask. Maybe we could look for some interesting places to visit tomorrow on the map.
Yeah. Which one do you want to? Which place do you want to check out first? We have one map for more or less tourists, and there's a normal map as well.
I mean, first of all, I would like to check out the Temple of Time I asked about.
Mm.
I don't know about other places. Maybe you have some suggestions.
Well, I didn't have a chance to look too closely at them before, but let's check. Demi, anything of interest besides the Temple of Time?
Obviously, have your, as I said, the official buildings that you've mostly been near and you kind of get the idea of. You get, like, at least on the tourist one, you do see, places for like taverns, inns, brothels, even, places where, haha, we can get this. There does seem to be, from where you came from, that's the port area. That seems like to be the main place of entrance here. You do notice that there is also a sort of a bazaar type of place block that seems to house for merchants and whatnot. Um, anything you're looking for specifically, like any idea that you have that you'd want to go to?
Nothing in particular. I'm mostly looking just for anything that stands out to me.
Um, what else would I say that there might be something of interest?
Does the map
Yeah.
show anything on the outskirts of town?
Yeah, like the city map is meant for the city. Like the tourist one, at least, is meant for the city. The more
Does it like have, like when you have like paths that lead out of the city, do they like say where they lead to?
you can
Mm.
you can see by the map. Yeah, obviously first the ways towards it. There seems to be, besides the port, two exits that seem to be mostly stair based. That going up. Doesn't really say where it's leading though. Like to what kingdom or so. It's just like exits, exit slash entrances.
Okay then. Also, I presume there's a castle, a royal castle.
A
Um,
royal home.
Um, funnily enough, no. You don't see anything of like a castle-like structure. You do notice on the map like bigger manors and stuff, which you can presume are like more richer slash more noble people live at. But something in that sense of like, haha, this is where royalty is. No.
Hmm.
I would say since history and stuff like that proficiency, I'd say that since there is nothing, and from your information as before that they're treated as like demigods, your biggest presumption is that the royalty probably also lives in the temple itself.
Yeah, I presume that. Yeah. Hmm. Also, on the bazaar, we can find the jewelers. There aren't any like specific jeweler stores.
None that the map would say, but you would probably presume that there are stuff like that. Yeah.
Hmm. Because maybe one of the jewelers knows about where the holium crystal is.
Hell yeah, holium.
Oh,
Maybe it's some kind of
We really let
unofficial.
him call it holium.
I
Yeah.
mean, unless somebody has like a better idea. As I said, this came up to like at the tip.
Hey, it's holium, whatever.
Holy guac. I'm sorry.
Holium,
See,
celestium, celesticite, whatever. It's
sir,
gonna be.
Celesticite sounds cool. Actually, let's go with that then. Celestis.
Celestite.
Yeah, it was a bit weird when you said holium, because it's like when you talk about gems, it's usually something with sight on the end.
Do you
maybe.
think I'm a chemist?
It's a
Do
geologist,
you know
not
when
a
this
chemist.
man last had chemistry?
Fucking
It's
high school.
geology,
If you
come
mean
on.
like with a person, never, but as a subject in high school.
Hey. I vibe
I'm
with people, all right?
General knowledge, please.
No, that's
Okay then.
Yeah.
Well, there aren't any other interesting places, I guess.
Like, since we are going to go in more detail and stuff, I'll prep stuff for next session as well, like for proper exploration and stuff. But in generally speaking, like, think what a normal town has.
Yeah, I just presume because it's a bigger town, maybe there's something more. Something
Yeah.
like the Grand Temple, something.
And
else.
I think the thing, since you guys are adventurers, the one thing that would probably catch your eye, and this is a large place and would have it, is there would probably be near the bazaar at least a magic shop of some sort.
Oh, fair enough.
So there's at least that going. But it's primarily like residential. But as I said, I'll go in more detail later.
Yeah.
We bamboozled this man with the session.
No, you really didn't. It's just making multiple detailed towns is not easy.
Cancer.
Cursed. Damn it, Adi. How'd you do it again?
He moved.
Stop moving.
I like absolute cancer.
All up. We can fix this.
Yes, let Denim fix it.
No. It's a we effort. Adi, first and foremost, try and talk. Yeah, same problem then. But yeah, eventually, you guys finish up your food, your meal, and you can see that it is nighttime at this point. It's still probably early in the night since dinner kind of just finished. So up to you if you guys want to go about night strolling, seeing about anything about nightlife, or if you guys just want to rest up in your room.
I mean, I don't need to rest up, and I do speak language, so even if no one else, I'm willing to go out.
Your choice. Yeah, I'm aware at this point, Gildurk, man doesn't sleep. Man also doesn't need a rest proper. So, anything, or should we skip to the next day?
I would also like to maybe possibly try to sneakily explore.
All right. Okay, let's get what everybody wants to do. So, sneakily explore. Adi.
My mic okay now?
No.
Wait, what?
We hear you,
what?
but it's cursed.
Okay, oh my god, I heard something completely else. Holy shit. That sounded terrible.
I love this. All right. Gildurk, what do you want to do, if anything?
Just exploring around, like seeing what actually goes on in the city during the night. If there's like any shifts compared to the day, and if so, if there's like that crime people have talked about.
Okay. So let's start with one at a time. Adi, whenever you feel like you fixed your microphone, he's deafened now. Okay, so
This man is sparing our ears. He is a hero.
true. So, Arcane, by stealthily sneaking, exploring, anything you're looking for in particular as you're going about?
Tiefling.
Tieflings. Okay, make me two things then: a stealth check and a perception check.
Oh my god, it's gonna be absolute fucking cancer.
No advantage, no disadvantage, unless you have something that
I'm
gives it.
I'm on advantage. Sorry.
We take the left one if that's the case. So the stealth is 14.
Okay. And which one did you say?
Perception.
Oh my god, I'm shit at perception. Okay, not
15.
that shit.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
15. You know what? Why not?
Can you delete this penis? It's really weird.
Okay, sure. Wait, who the fuck? God damn it. Somebody did it. I'm just deleting for them. I didn't make this. Roll me a 1d20. Yeah, since this is D&D. 1d20 is a luck die, basically.
Wait.
High is, well, more favorable.
Ay.
Okay.
Ay.
I will say then,
Ay.
sort of exploring out during the night, you sort of blend in, keep to the shadows, try and bring at least attention to you as
Put on a
possible.
hood.
Yeah, the usual rogue. And after maybe about 45 minutes of just going about, looking around, um, you know what? Yeah, I would go with like that. You feel as if somebody's like very poorly tried to pickpocket you just there and then. But you being on guard and being, check, you quickly notice this and just grab the hand. And as sort of the sleeve falls over, you do actually see you don't see the face exactly because it's dark, but you do see colored skin.
What color?
Um, I mean, I just fucking go. There's multiple colors you can go, but let's go with just a normal purplish, like a darker purple. It's definitely out of the norm.
I want to ask, is it different color?
Yeah, it is. Though
Okay.
I will also note, they are small. They look childlike.
Oh. So I grab the hand, and I see the skin color. And how tall are they compared to me?
How much would a child be like? How much like the equivalent of like a 9-year-old would be tall?
To my hip, probably.
Yeah, or maybe to your hip, maybe a bit less. Thereabout.
Can I like bend down stealthily? I bend down, and I try to look at the face of the child, or whatever the fuck it is.
As that happens, and sort of the shock, they try and avoid their gaze, trying to use the other hand to like hide, but at the same time trying to pull away from you. Just for meme's sake, and just see if like you can hold a grip because they're trying. Give me a. This would kind of count as a grapple. Give me an athletics check.
Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god.
And this one would be. They're weaker, not that quite proficient. I'm gonna go with this then. Okay. Nope. You're able to keep hold.
Okay. So I tug at the child, and I'm like, wait, calm down, don't make a scene. You just tried to pickpocket me, and I currently have the upper hand race-wise. So why don't you just stop?
Speaks in celestial towards you and just goes, I'm sorry. Let go. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
And I tell it in Infernal, I'm not gonna hurt you, just calm down.
All right. The child sort of stops struggling for like a second, sort of shocked. But you can see now as like the gaze sort of turns back to you. You do see a little bit from the light, like a side of the face, and yeah, you can like see a little bit like super small, like just still growing, small horns trying to be a thing, sort of just looking at you, and she just looks at you, shocked and confused. Not quite sure, is this a trap or no?
Calm down. I'm not from here. What's your name?
Zyla?
Hey Zyla, I'm Arcane. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Do I have any I have rations on me.
Yeah,
I think.
you do.
Let me check. Let me check.
Fairly sure you do.
I probably do.
But I think it comes a part of the
Here.
the gear.
Oh my god, why the fuck do I have so much stuff?
I just consider that you have food on you.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry
do.
about it.
Okay. So what generally do I have in rations? Like, is it
Rations
bread?
rations tend to be more of salted meat, maybe some kind of forms of like biscuits, dried fruits, maybe nuts,
Okay.
stuff that can last for a while.
Okay, so I take out from my little pouch of rations, I take out a few biscuits, and I show her, I'm like, okay, I'll give you this. Let's just move away from the street. Safer zone. You can lead.
She sort of looks for a second, just sort of trying to analyze the situation, but sort of nods and sort of goes into the nearby alley that looking at it now probably she jumped actually from as well, and sort of goes inside and hood still on, just goes just silently looking at you, and it's put out.
Here you go, and I give her some rations. Do you have a place to sleep?
No,
Do you have any family?
not anymore.
What happened? Do you want to talk about it? And I like sit down on the ground next to her. My guard very down.
Some bad people came and took them away from me.
Did they have halos? Do you want to I have a really cool friend. He's a bird. And I have a friend that's like he's on fire, but he won't burn you. And I have a very moral friend as well. Would you like to meet them?
Are
You
they?
can stay.
Are
You
they?
can stay with us for the night. They're not Aasimars. They don't have halos and they don't hurt people.
Sort of nibble on the biscuit, thinking. Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh my god.
Flat.
That's flat means normal, right?
Yeah, no advantage, no
Okay.
disadvantage.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't take too long, but goes. Okay.
Can you show me where you lived?
She sort of comes up to you, just sort of grabs you, sort of trying to lead you, and leads you down the alley, and a few mismatches left and right, not terribly far away. You see in an alleyway a almost a hobo, a homeless shelter made with a little bit of material where it could be found to make something equivalent to a bed. Not comfortable at all, though.
Are you tired?
A bit.
Do you want me to carry you? You can have, and I give her my dagger. You can have this for protection. I know you can't trust that easy. I grew up on the streets too.
But what if they catch you? They're not going to
Then
be
we'll
okay
run.
to you.
I'm gonna run very fast. But you need to stay hidden. I take off my cloak and I put it on her because, like, more protection.
Hmm.
I somewhat fit around here. I'm also a bit, I pointed my like dark black hair. I'm like, I also stand out a tiny bit from them, but it's okay.
She just decides, sort of nods and slowly comes over and just sort of grabs onto you.
And I slowly like pick her up, like a child,
Mhm.
making sure she's covered, like hidden. And I tell her like, okay, we'll go to the hotel. I'm gonna try sneaking you in. If that's okay. But you need to be very quiet.
You do see that she sort of keeps close to herself the dagger.
Mm.
And while you're
Let's just make a deal. Don't stab my friends. You can try stabbing me though, okay?
okay.
One of them's you're gonna really like, I hope. You remind me of a really good friend of mine. She was also a tiny little rascal like you. And I like put her like on her nose, like boop her nose.
Yeah, she gives back a tiny smile.
And so like I very carefully like carry her back to the hotel.
Okay. In the meantime, Ari, is your microphone fixed?
Is it?
Okay, it is.
Yes.
Okay, just to know. So first and foremost, actually, Gildurk, you wanted to just checking that. Gildurk, you wanted to explore as well, right?
Yeah.
Looking for
Just
crimes.
well, like general, it's like a general thing.
Okay. Give me a perception check then.
Yeah.
Okay. You decide to go, for a stroll, um, and you keep, to the well lit, and then move about, sort of just trying to map out a route, basically, sort of to walk around. You don't notice anything like obscenely happening. It's not like you just see somebody getting stabbed or shanked or whatever. But you definitely do, pass by, and you can see a little bit into like the dark alleyways and like, definitely people of maybe lesser reputation sort of hang about, hooded figures, the general riffraff, if you want to call it like that.
No, so there was truth to this.
Yeah. Um, Besides that, though, the streets are still lively to a degree. There are, people walking about, going home. You, after a bit of walking, you do see, there are the occasional drunk people, the drunk furball going back. Um, and as a fun thumb, there's like as you're walking, you notice like a scene of like on a people like five furbolgs on a bridge, all basically naked with the exception of like their underwear and stuff, that are just sort of going and trying to like heat themselves up beforehand, and then just dive into the canals and just start doing stuff. uh Possibly some test of bravery or whatnot, but there does seem to be activity nonetheless at night.
Dude, that's God damn it. Do they actually young? Like if the Philbergs
That are jumping, yeah, they definitely look on the younger side.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Right. um as a trying to think, but do you have anything additionally specific, or are you just
No. I just want to see about, like, it's more. I'm not too interested, like, going into detail. I just want to get general, just because I assume we're gonna leave at some point.
yeah, okay. And lastly, then Zamaan. Arcane is gone. Gildurk is also gone. Avi is enjoying the entire bed to himself. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna push Avi aside and try to lay on the bed as well, because I'm tired and I can't explore a town in which I don't know the language.
I'm trying to think what Avi would do. Okay, make an athletics check.
Me.
Yes. Oh no. Yes, acrobatic. This is cursed. I don't know. You for a moment, you sort of scooch over, try to get Avi out, and for a moment he almost falls off. But there's a little bit of a, let's say, tussle. Avi trying to keep a decent part of the bed to himself is like, no, you're gonna burn the sheets. But how should I say this? From a third person view, this was not an oppressive tussle at all. It was yeah. Get up. I didn't expect. I didn't. should have guidance to yourself, huh, kid? But I will say, after maybe 5 minutes of that, both you and Avi already being tired, but Avi's the one on the bed, and you're just like at the side of the bed, like on your knees, and you're just like.
Question, Demmy, can you roleplay Avi?
Trying to. I can't be Boo.
No, but can I throw rocks at the window to wake them up?
I if it's 45 minutes, I don't think anybody would quite be asleep yet. But yeah, after the time, just hold up because there's this quicker. I just want to finish with Adi. You have lost the bed war.
I am sad. I am then gonna lay on the other bed. I don't care.
Oh my
I'd
god.
fall asleep.
Yeah, I think that's where I think Boo would definitely go. There you go. Okay.
Okay then.
So, I would say that Avi would not. Don't send me. But yeah, you can. I didn't have to check. Oh, okay. You didn't have to PM. You could just ask that.
I don't know.
I think I mentioned. I think I said Xyla. I don't know. Do you
Yes,
want to?
that's it. Quasila, yes.
Nian, I'm gonna say this, but the first thing that came to my mind was Kyla.
Low-key love it. Okay.
But yeah, I will say that because Zamaan probably is super tired, Avi is probably going to come up to the window, sort of look around, notice you as you're throwing little rocks and stuff. It's like, it's your room, get in here.
I need help. I need you to fly down.
Did you kidnap somebody?
Kinda. Someone needs help. Come on, please. Pretty please.
What do you want me to do?
Can you snuck her in? She's almost asleep. Come on, man.
Yeah, okay. And he's going to, sort of look around. Literally just go out the window and fly down, and it's like, how strong is he? Hold up, let me see. Okay, no. He's normal, He's gonna just pick up normally and,
No questions, what is this child?
Yeah, no, he's gonna look down and just go, and then just go through the, window. And that comes back. Do you want to go the normal way, or do you want help?
No, I'll go up normally. Just get her up. We need to sneak her in. This is the bird dude I told you about. He's really nice. He's gonna help you get in. It's a nice warm place.
And yeah.
Put her near Zamaan. She's very cold.
Yeah. And
Well,
he's gonna pick up.
Am I not asleep?
Yeah. He at this point, you're probably
I don't know.
asleep.
You're a radiator.
Yeah, you're probably asleep at this point. So you know what? Let's fuck it. Let's see if let's see. Avi, let's do a stealth roll to see if he can do this. Okay, gamer, but I need you to roll me a perception with disadvantage because you're asleep.
My fuck. fucking god.
Okay, that's good. That's kind of cursed. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Cool. So Zaman, as you're sort of like enjoying, you do get abruptly sort of waking up. You just open up your eyes, and you the only thing you see is like like as you turn to your right, you see Avi, holding a bunch of cloth, like carrying it almost as a child, trying to place it next to you. So,
What the fuck is going on?
heat her up. And he's just gonna place her near you, and she is like, almost falling asleep, but she's like, kind of also like, sort of realizes, wakes up, and it's like, hi. And you see.
I don't understand her, so. So.
But you do notice since at this point, like in your room, you do notice a tiefling.
Is there some kind of... nah. I don't know. I guess I'll just lay there and try to warm her up.
Yeah.
Can I
You'll
enter
pay...
the room by then? Like,
Yeah, of course you can.
I
entering
presume this is your fault, looking at Arcane.
What do you mean my fault? She's fucking adorable.
I mean, you're not the one who has to heat her up.
Well, I mean, you're basically like a stove, so.
Avi sort of.
Also, aren't you guys supposed to be sharing a bed?
Yeah, Avi at that point looks at the bed taken, you in the room, mine, and goes into the bed. Yeah.
Well, do you mind if she sleeps next to you then, Zamaan?
It's fine. It's fine.
And I tell her like, oh, this is my fiery friend. He's gonna warm you up. He doesn't understand us when we talk, but he's really nice. And I like pet her.
Why doesn't he understand us?
Oh, he doesn't. You know how you and I can talk in different languages? He doesn't know our languages.
Can't you teach him?
I can try. Zaman, you need to learn either Infernal or Celestial, which one you want.
I want to sleep.
Okay, go sleep. Okay, you go sleep. We'll try to teach him tomorrow. How about that? Till then, I can be the translator.
Before you go, she is going to sort of like from the cloth sort of grab you and just go, thank you.
No problem, Zyla. Good night.
Good night.
And I like cover her nicely with the cloth as she's like laying there next to Zaman. Then I come to him and I'm like, if you squish her.
I am not gonna squish her. Stop.
Okay.
Damn, time to roll a dexterity saving throw for her.
Bro. Bro. Stop.
Oh no, damn it. After all that, Gildurk, you can enter the room. And as you open the room, you see Avi, you see, Arcane, you see Zaman, and you see somebody heavily snuggling, smaller package size, heavily snuggling with Zaman.
Oh, what's going on here?
We got a new party member.
Oh, cool. I'm Gildurk.
She's currently asleep.
Oh.
But we'll meet her. You guys can talk in the morning. No, we need to keep her hidden. Please. I look at Gildar like with the puppy dog eyes, like, please.
Sure. And I make efforts to be quiet.
Okay. I'm gonna sleep on the floor next to her. I guess you could snuggle up with Avi.
Yeah.
So he's kind of a bed hog.
You know, Avi just, you know, decides to go, you know, from that to just do dominant and just it takes the entire bed.
Full octopus mode.
I'm just kidding. Come over here.
And so we sleep.
Okay. And since it's almost also 12, let's stop the session for there. Since I also have a test to study for tomorrow. Guess what? I found out today that that test is tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Newman just sent me a message about it.
It'll be.
Computer science people.
Hey, it's only 5%. It's literally nothing. I already passed the course anyways. It's fun like
Fair.
that. Alright then. So, let me just hope. Okay. OBS is A-okay. It's still recording. And goddamn it, Redomer, I still hate your fucking GIF.
You're welcome.
I curse Bacon for ever making it for you. Alright then, so hopefully next next episode on Dragon Ball Z, we'll have, oh god, are we gonna have 4 people? I wonder.
No.
If we don't have 4 people, how is the curse gonna continue? Something has to happen.
Hey, now we have an additional member, though.
Exactly.
I adopted a child.
I wouldn't say adopt.
I will adopt a child by the end of this game.
That is so cursed. But, yeah, hopefully all 4 of us will be there next time, and well, we'll see what you guys want to do. So, for the time being, well, let's just say the usual goodbyes then.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Adi.
Bye.
Redomer,
Bye.
thank you. Goodbye.